know, I'm talking to these idiots back here. Almost every comic on this tour is on antidepressants. Half of my friends are on this Celexa, Paxil, whatever. They've got me on it now. They're pushing this stuff on us to the point where it's only going to be another year before they just have big salt blocks of this crap out on the street corners. Everybody out there. Maybe I'm just getting cranky. You know, I hit 50 years old, and I'll be honest with you, you hit 50 and it will humble your ego. Nothing will humble your ego faster than to turn 50 and realize your life is a third over at this point, Jack. I do nothing to stay in shape anymore. The only exercise I'm getting is mood swings. And I think, you know what, why bother? Why bother? You know, maybe I'm cynical, but at this point, healthy is just a precancerous condition. Am I right? I've got a $300 clothes rack at home in the shape of an exercise bike. My best friend, always giving me a hard time. Drew, you've got to quit smoking. It's just slow suicide. Well, it's obviously not working, is it? I mean, incremental suicide isn't the most efficient way to do yourself in. Kind of like a woman saying, I'm going to kill myself by bleeding to death one period at a time. I gotta quit smoking. I get winded playing euchre. My best friends always give me a hard way to go about my girlfriend, too. Well, that's gotta be nice, Drew. Your girlfriend's 20 years younger than you? No, it's not. You know what that means, having a girlfriend 20 years younger than you? Just means you gotta put up with the same bullshit you were putting up with 20 years ago. You know, we all have our hang-ups. We all have our insecurities. But young women, I think, tend to have their own specific kind of hang-ups. Like my girlfriend, always overly concerned about whether or not I had an orgasm after we have sex. Did you come? No, I didn't come. I got tired. Lou Dobbs is on in 5 minutes. I'm just not that goal-oriented anymore. Maybe I'll come tomorrow. Next week. You know, you may not even be here when I get off. I love her to death, my girlfriend, but God, we fight. Fight, argue, and it always starts out so innocuously, so simple, something so minor, you know. Honey, where's my sock? And 20 minutes later, get the SWAT team away from the door, I'll kill her and the fucking cat. And where's my sock? I think we're just incompatible. I'm a Pisces. And she's a barbed fish hook in the corner of my mouth. You know what I love about her? She is smart as a whip. She is. We play Scrabble all the time. I have never beaten her. The only time I ever used all 7 tiles at once is when I tossed them in her face. Yeah, what's that spell? Fuck of, that's right. She just turned 30, wants to have a baby. Have a baby. I just turned 50. I'd end up shaking the baby to death from a palsy. I don't have kids. I've wrestled with having kids for a long time. You know, should I have them? And I finally had my mind made up for me this year. I was in Atlanta a while back, and I'm sitting outside a coffee house, and this cute little 4 or 5-year-old girl walks by with her mom. And this little girl says to her mother, Mommy, you know what my 3 favorite colors are? Mother looks down at her and says, No, darling, what are they? And they just kept walking up the sidewalk. And I thought to myself, see, that's my problem. I don't give a fuck what your 3 favorite colors are. And I felt horrible. I felt horrible. What's wrong with me? Why don't I like everybody else? Where's my universal love for children? What if I have kids? I still feel like that about them. And then I talk to married people all the time. They're like, no, you won't, Drew. You know what? It's different when you have your own. Yeah, well, what if it's not? Well, that's very pretty. What did you draw there? You know what? Pin it up on the goddamn refrigerator yourself. Don't touch me. You have something sticky on your hand. Never touch me. Well, it's probably obvious to most of you that I'm a farmer. You know, I've lived urban my whole life, New York, Los Angeles, wherever, and I wanted to get away. And I bought a farm in Ohio. And I don't know how many of you here live rural or in the, well, most of you, Jesus. But, you know what? I didn't realize, it's fucking creepy out there. I don't even have a sodium light up on my barn. I mean, sun goes down, pitch black. Did you know that at night, possum walking through a cornfield sounds exactly like three men with an axe? Yeah. And what kind of owl makes this sound? You're gonna die. It's not funny. My place so far out there, Domino's Pizza doesn't even deliver to me. They deliver everywhere. Hi, can I get, well, we don't come that far. You're gonna have to drive up to Newmarket Community Center, pull in the parking lot, flash your lights, like it's a drug deal. Have you got the pizza? Yes, do you have the money? Of course I've got the fucking money. Did anyone follow you here? They all drive tractors, for Christ's sakes. I lived out there for a month before I figured out that red stick on my mailbox wasn't a country 911 system. But man, it means so much to me. I want to raise livestock. That's what I want to do. I really want to raise livestock. And I got ripped off, though. My first deal this last year, I bought a herd of Black Angus hogs, right? I thought they looked short coming off the truck. Pygmy cattle, my ass. So I had Mr. Grimes come out, County Agricultural Extension Agent, you know, the Mr. Kimball of the county there. They come out, determine highest, best use of the land, takes water, soil samples, talks to me about my background, told me the best thing for me to plant was a for sale sign in the front yard. That's what I want to livestock. I've been practicing. I don't know how well I'm gonna do though. When I got this place about a year and a half ago, I had 5 barn cats. I have 1 left. 1. You have any idea how hard it is to kill a fucking barn cat? The most hardy, tenacious, feral son of a bitch. They're velociraptors with fur. Nothing kills them. I did. I killed them all but 1. You know why? I got too disconnected from nature. All that urban living. But I've changed. See, I'm up early on my farm. I'm up 10:30, 11 every morning, hell or high water. I'm like most farmers. I get up, I take off my sleep mask, I put on a little silk kimono, and I head off to the kitchen, make some coffee, and to get rid of those ambient hallucinations. I don't know if you ever get those. Jeez, I can't sleep. It's so fucking quiet out. Anyway, it's not the point. So I go out to feed the cats. I put a big bowl of food out in the yard for them, and then I have my coffee on the back porch. A big hawk lives on my land. God, that's a pretty hawk. I wonder what they eat. Jesus, that cat can fly! I told you that Eukanuba was worth the extra money. I got 1 cat left. 1. And he only made it because he's mean. Keep him on a logging chain, that one. He was with me. First day of hunting season last year, I killed 2 deer on my farm. I was dressed exactly like this. I was getting ready to fly off, go do a gig. I look out in the pasture, I see something tan laying out there. I didn't see that. That's a dead deer. Somebody's gut shot a deer, ran off, died in that field. I'm gonna go check that out. Come on, kitty. So I go schlepping off through a cornfield to muck over all the barbed wire. I get out there, shit, it's not deer, it's a piece of metal culvert pipe. Kick this thing, bong. As soon as I kick it, two huge deer leap up out of the brush, just take off running. Man, whoa! Whoa, look at that! Kitty! Stay. And unbeknownst to me, as soon as these two deer take off, these three hunters, who I haven't seen up to this point, pop up out of the weeds, just blow the deer away right in front of me. Never said a word, just looked over, just... And I don't know what kind of homo they thought I was out there. Because I sure as shit didn't look like a deer hunter. I looked like an art gallery owner who'd gotten kidnapped, held for ransom in a nearby barn. Happened to get away. We got away. Don't pay the ransom. Run, kitty, run! That pissed me off. You know, I'm trying to fit in out there, you know. The only thing those hunters ever said to me was, that's your hunting cat? Stay. I was depressed out there for a while, you know. My girlfriend and I were fighting. She moved out for a while, and I was depressed. And all my friends, you know, including that Griswold, fucking told me, well, you know, you got to take up a habit. You got to take up something you've never done before, you know, keep your mind off of things. So I took up coyote hunting, right? Bought myself a nice 223 bull barrel, big weaver scope, you know. Yeah, well, that was a stupid idea. Last thing you want to do when you're clinically depressed is go sit in the woods with a gun by yourself all day. And sit out there, you know, and it's hard. I don't know if you've ever hunted coyotes, but, you know, you sit out there and I think, you know, that's a challenge bark, you know. Anyway, you sit out there and the locals were telling me, well, Drew, you're not going to get a coyote like that. They can smell you, and, you know, you can't hunt in a suit. Hey. Anyway, they said I had to have camo, mossy oak breakup, whatever. And I wasn't going to spend the money, but I have a nice comforter on my bed that had a lot of green and some earth tones in it, right? So I put the comforter on and I go out there. Nothing. In fact, the only time I have used this coyote gun was a couple of months ago. I'm sitting in my office, I'm trying to write. I look out the window. My girlfriend, Dana, she's out in their field. I see her out there, she's getting my attention, way out there, trying to point, and look, what is she trying to show me? I can't tell what the hell she wants to show me. So I look around, the binoculars are missing. I always have binoculars in the office. So, all right, well, I open the window and I take that coyote rifle. I just want to see what she's trying to show me. I don't think she can see me. So I find her in the scope. I mean, you can see the pores on her face in this thing, and what is she trying? Anyway, I lose her in the scope. I take the rifle down. She's serpentining across the pasture towards a woodlot. Last I saw of her was... She didn't talk to me for 3 days after that. Typical woman, you know, just overreact. Oh, come on, she did. There was a 30-mile-per-hour crosswind. Anybody knows you don't take that shot. Well, you guys have been fabulous, haven't you? You put me in a better mood. I really needed it, you know? Have you ever had an orgasm that is so violent, so intense that your legs buckle, you hit your head on the bathtub, and no one finds you for hours? This has not been my day. Thank you.